Okay, hello everyone, welcome back to Sporty Spotlight. So yeah, you've just got me again today. Daniel is currently, he's got commitment. He is watching the good old dance. So yeah, can't really fault that. So let's just get straight into it. I know we have been a bit behind with these episodes over the last couple of weeks. I apologise for that. So I'm just gonna sort of summarise, last couple of weeks best as I can really. Well, just say how these teams are doing. Right, so getting straight into it. Everton 1, West Ham United 1. Yeah. O'Brien with the 91st minute equaliser after Soucek's initial opener. Now, that is annoying that West Ham weren't able to get 3 points, especially against, a David Moyes side who are cooking at the moment. But you know what? It's alright though. I don't think either team will be particularly disappointed about dropping points, really, because, we're at season for both teams the season's at stalemate. I'd say that both teams are probably at this stage of the season. Of course, there's still work to do, but yeah, Everton and West Ham are level on points on 34 points, and Wolves do look like they might just be creeping on just a tiny bit, but both teams are in a favourable position at the moment, and may they only go up further. May we only go up further because, in some weird way, Man United, Palace, Brentford, Bournemouth, West Ham, Everton, and Spurs might be able to get 11th. And if everything goes right, 11th place could be the Conference League spot. So it really depends on which way the wind blows, and that is honestly the way how the Premier League is these days. Like with all these teams getting Europe, it's mad. It is mad. 11 English teams in Europe. Well, that would mean, of course, certain teams would have to win certain competitions. But yeah, so moving on. Not really much surprise there. Manchester City 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 2. Man City's problems continue. That was Brighton's first ever point at the Etihad, and it really should have been 3. Because they're just shown their poor qualities once again. And Man City just aren't not a well functioning club at the moment, and everything seems to be unraveling. Well, it will be very intriguing to see what charges they get. Of course, they can afford the best lawyers, so they might just get off with a fine, but we don't want to see that happen. Being real, we do not want to see that happen. And probably a bit of a surprise that came to me: Bournemouth 1, Brentford 2. Yeah, that's an interesting result because Bournemouth have been on fire for most of the season, but that's a very solid result for Brentford, who did deserve it. And yeah, it will be intriguing once again to see. They're on 11th at the moment. If everything goes right, they could get that cheeky European spot. Feels just mad even saying that. And Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0. What has happened to Cole Palmer? Honestly, he's these sorts of things happen to players at some point in their career, but he's really not in a good place at the moment. I really do feel for him, and relatively boring win for Arsenal. Not really a great advertisement for Premier League because these two teams going at each other. You expect it to be very end to end. Expect there to be a lot more goals than one. So not much else to say about that. But another team that's very much in European contention for that maybe that 11th place spot if they don't miss out on the top 10. Fulham 2-0 win against Tottenham Hotspur at the weekend. Muniz and Sessegnon once again coming up with the goods, and yeah, I don't know which way Spurs are going at the moment. To be honest, they do something incredible one week, and then they play like a team that could probably lose to Bunky Town reserves the next week. So you just never know, really. Big up Bunky Town, by the way. And Leicester City 3, Man United. Leicester City 0, Man United 3. Not really surprised to anyone, which is depressing. But yeah, Leicester are going down. Yeah, it's complicated to see what sort of situation, how they already are at the moment. But it's just depressing to potentially, see just 3 Premier League promoted teams going down again. Of course, I'm not really so annoyed about one of which going down, even though there are cons of it. But yeah, it's still just a bad advertisement for the Championship in general. Just like being unable to bridge that gap. It's not been bridged properly probably since 21-22, when the 3 teams that came up that season. And who were they? Let's think. Let's see. I think that was right. Yeah, it doesn't. No, well, just moving on to the I think that was Bournemouth, Fulham, and was it Brentford? No, it wasn't Brentford. Brentford went up the same season that we did. Hang on. Yeah, but those 3 teams I'm pretty sure haven't gone down since. Let's see. 21-22. Okay, well there's Forest. See, so yeah, those 3 teams who are doing fantastically for the standards they probably had 5 years ago. It's it's nice to see, but I just really hope that more teams can aspire to be like them. Really. So moving on to the Championship. Speaking of which, now moving straight on. And starting from the top, from the result that needs to be mentioned, probably the one that preceded it as well. Bristol City 2, Norwich City 1. Oh my god. Yeah, it might be over, lads. It really, really well might be over. Which is very sad, to be honest, because I'd really high hopes going in. Well, from the start of the season, to be honest. But there's still 8 games left, but it does look very unlikely that Norwich get playoffs now, which is depressing, but it's the way it is. So hey ho, we move. And also, one thing to all the Norwich fans out there that are saying Johannesov tore up out, shut up. Was this ever going to be a 1-season project? Ask yourself. Be logical. Was he going to do all of this in 1 season? No, he wasn't. Get real about it. We've got new owners in, and we're in for a productive summer. I'm certain of it. And productive summer, we are fully capable of going for automatics next season. Because with the potentiality, that's not even a word. With the potential of trying to keep Boris Signs and Josh Sargent, which will be a monumentous task, even though it has been confirmed that we don't need to sell. And also, with that, the return of Jonathan Rowe, which, to some people will, that will be complicated. But I don't really want to dive into controversy around that. But, okay, I'll just say it. I forgive him. I take him back like this. If we do it, if Marseille actually pay a fee to send him back to us, that's just class business from us, really. And we didn't even need to do anything. We don't even need to lift a finger for that to work. But yeah, Bristol City, about them, they are currently, where are they now? Let's see. I need to check this out properly. Right, Bristol City, because I'm pretty sure that they are in a very favourable position now. They have dropped down to 7th, but they're currently level on points with West Bromwich Albion. And yeah, can they get playoffs? Can they do it? Can Liam Manning transform Bristol City from mid-table mediocrity into a Premier League side? I mean, that would just be mad. We'd all love to see it. It would be quite incredible. But yeah, you know what? There are 2 playoff spots that could potentially be up for grabs. Because, like, the pack, which, we seem to be falling out from, which is really annoying, again. But, yeah, it's, yeah, we've got a really good season this year. The hunt for playoffs is really tight, and also the title race as well. Burnley could be about to pip Leeds United and Sheffield United, very potentially. Can they do it? I really do think they can. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But to be honest, the team that I'd really like to go up via the playoffs this season, Sunderland. Yeah, it would just be great to see him back in the Prem. Sunderland, but then there are Coventry or West Brom who I want to see in the Prem too. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the playoffs go. It's a lottery, and yeah, it's the worst way to lose, but it's also the best way to win. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so moving on from watching Norwich's mediocrity, reporting further. Also interesting stuff. Luton Town 0, Middlesbrough 0. Luton really should have won that game. The amount of shots that they had, and good performances like that, they give some sort of promise. And it's at the business end of the season where they really, really, really need the points, because they're second from the bottom, and they are They are 4 points away from safety, which is ridiculous for a club of their caliber and for where they were last season. But yeah, got to be winning games like that, and they got to take those sorts of performances into other games, because goals will come, and that's just football. When you're the better team, when you press more, the goals do come eventually. And probably the big shocker of the weekend: Coventry City 3, Sunderland 0. Coventry blow away Sunderland, who seem to be out of sight from the teams below them. But yeah, that is an incredible result for Coventry, that. And Frank Lampard looks like the real deal at the moment. He's cooking. Really, best run of results in their history. And yeah, it's mad, really. I've got my PE teacher is a Coventry fan, and we do talk quite often about Coventry and Norwich, and yeah, it's been a lot more optimistic over the last couple of months, which is fantastic. And so yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how Coventry do again this season, from 2 points off the relegation zone to within the playoff spots. It's incredible. It is mad. They look like how they did in 22-23 again, if not way better. So I cannot wait to see how that ends. And a big result in the relegation battle: Plymouth Argyle 2, Derby County 3. Pieface and Sam's corner in Argyle hospitality just had to be ruined, didn't it? But probably Marcus Harness, of all people. God, and to think that this guy has scored more goals, an Ipswich player has scored more goals against Plymouth this season than any Liverpool player. It's just a bit of an annoying stat that I've seen online, which just okay, but yeah, that's a huge result for Derby. But yeah, Plymouth, it'll be so sad to see him go down after the cup run they had. Of course, that's a big thing. But Miran Muslic looks like someone who his football looks like the real deal. Really, it does look fluid, and yeah, it's been so much better. It's been light years away from what Wayne Rooney was serving up every week, and he probably will carry it into League One. I doubt he'll leave, but it would just be sad to see him go down, because they worked so hard to get back to the Championship in the first place, because they went all the way down to League 2, and they had to go up 2 divisions again to get back to where they belong. And yeah, it would just be sad to see him go down. So, moving on to the Steel City Derby result: Sheffield Wednesday 0, Sheffield United 1. For the first time in a long time, I'm not sure how long, Sheffield United complete a Steel City double over Sheffield Wednesday. Now that is a fantastic result again for United, and not only is that bragging rights of your city, but that's a massive 3 points as well. They're level on points with Leeds, and yeah, Burnley are hot behind them. But yeah, this title race is well and truly back on. But just to think, at one point the Leeds were out of sight. They were 5 points ahead. It just reminds me a bit of how Liverpool's title race fell apart last season, of course. But the thing is, though, Leeds are still, they're still winning games. They're still getting results. But it's different because, well, the title race is still very much alive. That's pretty much all I want to say on the Championship. Well, apart from, you could say West Bromwich Albion won, Hull City won. That's a big away point for Hull, that. So, moving on to League 1. So, League 1 footy from this week. Bloody hell, there is a lot here. Okay, so, from the interesting ones. Cambridge United 0, Peterborough United 1. So Peterborough win the East Anglian derby that everyone seems to forget about. They shouldn't really. Yeah, that's big result for Peterborough, and Cambridge just don't seem to be going anywhere. I really do think they'll be going down, which would be sad to see, but can't say they haven't deserved it. But they could very well shoot straight back up next season. But I heard someone saying that Cambridge would get playoffs this season. Well, I wonder what happened to that person. I wonder if they lost a bit of money. Poor fella. Also, damn, Bolton Wanderers 0, Stockport County 1. Just one thing I want to say about Stockport. Yeah, Brad Hills currently seems to be cooking on loan, which I love to see as a Norwich fan. It's good. You love to see it. But yeah, that's a big result for Stockport. They did deserve it, and yeah. They really do look like, they are 5th in League 1 at the moment, which is incredible for a team that were in the National League, the bloody National League North, in the same city. They were bloody, hang on, wait a minute. At one point, this lot, wait a minute, I'll find it here, it will be here, won't it? Hang on. Here it is, this is the one. This is the one, I'm sure of it. Come on. It will be one of these, I'm certain. Come on. It'll probably be 14, 15, won't it? Yeah. There it is. At one point, this lot were playing Lowestoft. Lowestoft Town, the Trawlers, who are currently in the 7th tier, fighting relegation, who I saw at the weekend. You can go and watch that video if you want. It's on my main page. Yeah, that's insane. And now they're currently 5th in League 1, playing against Huddersfield and Charlton and Wrexham and Birmingham. Honestly, whoever the direction Stockport are going in, it's remarkable, and the only way is up for the Hatters. That's all I've really got to say. That's all I can really say about them. The only way is up, and I truly believe if they can do back-to-backs this season, that would be bloody remarkable, and I'd love to see that lot in the Championship. It would be scenic. Okay, so moving on once again, Mansfield Town 2, Barnsley 1. The Tykes' woes continue, and yeah, big result for Mansfield. That. So yeah, if you wanna, Daniel's the one who knows a lot more about Barnsley than I do, but yeah, still a bit directionless. They are currently, where they've fallen to, they're 10th now, which is nowhere near where they should be, really. So yeah, that's very disappointing for them once again, and also another slightly disappointing result. Wycombe Wanderers 0, Wrexham 1, even though, that could be mad if, any of these 3 teams in the any of these, teams, around League 1 in the Championship would just be scenes. Wycombe, Wrexham, Charlton, Stockport, Huddersfield. I mean, Birmingham are going to win the league. I don't really think that's something that should be disputed, because they're just the prime Barcelona of League 1. But yeah, I want to see any of these teams go up through the playoffs. And of course, there is one automatic spot that's still up for grabs, and it's really going to go down between Wycombe and Wrexham now. But Charlton could sneak in. It's very unlikely though. But yeah, it's League 1 has been incredible for a league that a lot of people haven't liked this year. Actually, no, not this year. Over the years, honestly, this season is stacked. The football there is just, it's mad, really. And this is probably one of the best League 1 seasons we've seen in ages. So, yeah, moving on from the good old 3rd, let's move down to the 4th, League 2. And there is one team in here I want to talk about. This lot. This lot are the most informed team in League 2, and it's not Walsall, it's not Bradford, It's not Doncaster. It's not Wimbledon. It's Colchester United with a 3-0 win against Fleetwood Town at the weekend. They are in the playoffs. It's incredible. It is mad, and the only way is up. They don't look like a team that's stopping. Danny Cowley is doing bloody magic at the job serve right now. You know, when I went to see them, it was one of the most pitiful matches I've ever seen, losing 2-1 at home to Salford City. And since then they've since Grimsby Town away, they've been on an upward trajectory. And yeah, 5 wins in 5 is pretty solid. So yeah, I'd love to see Colchester go up. It would be scenic. And tell you what, later this season, if I'm able to, I will try and go to the job serve again. Because tell you what, why not? Okay, that came out really badly. But yeah, it's great to see him doing well. And what else from League 2 have we got to delve into? Port Vale 3, MK Dons 0. MK Dons' problems continue, and at the moment they're on 42 points. Oh god, I was just about to say they're really close to the relegation zone, but they're 12 points clear. That's only 12 points, which is not very much at all. But they've been on a downward spiral this season, MK. And you know what? The whole football world wants it. Not a real club, as has been established many, many times. But it's just the truth. They don't deserve to be in the EFL, really. I mean, they've got a great stadium, but that's about it. I mean, I don't really need to say much more about them. But yeah, and another one of the crazy results in the league, but this is a team that is doing exceptionally for where they were literally last year. Notts County 1, Chesterfield 2. Yeah, Chesterfield are the team a bit on the upward direction this season. Of course, it doesn't seem unlikely that they'll get playoffs this season, but they could challenge next season, that's for certain. Because, and they've been doing fantastic for their standards. So, fantastic for a team that's literally just come back up from the National League after a 6-year EFL absence. You love to see these sorts of teams doing good. So, moving swiftly on, might as well get on to the National League, even though we could just check some more results from here. Morecambe drawn to Barrow, I suppose. Bradford losing at home to Tranmere. Tranmere all overs. Yeah. Interesting stuff. Well, Swindon Town drawing 3-3 against Cheltenham Town. Red card as well. And Bromley really should have got a win against Walsall. It's a solid result for Bromley, but, they really could have won that. Which, is hurtful, really. But it just shows how far they've come from a team who's never been in the Football League before. And, they're playing great football. And you love to see it, really. So, moving on to the National League. Let's see. Big shock. Gateshead 1, Braintree Town 3. Well in, boys. Come on. Come on, the iron. Who needs Jermaine Francis? Actually, no, that's really wrong. Even without good old Jermaine Francis, they're still able to stun the top teams in the division with a 3-1 win away on a 600-mile round trip. Kyrie's Lisby getting amongst the goals. That's madness. You love to see it. Kyril Lisby's brother. Look at these two. These two are just... I want to see this in the EFL. Tell you what, I'm just going to say this now. This is a message to Norwich City Football Club. Kyril Lisby, Kyrie's Lisby, and Jermaine Francis. Sign them up. Seriously, I think Lisby is he's better than a lot of Championship wingers. I'm pretty sure, because I believe that. I saw him against Cray Valley, and the amount of composure he's got on the ball, and I saw him in person at Braintree, and that guy, the ball stuck to his foot when he's on the ball. He's remarkable, and honestly, his finishing technique is like no other, really, because he scores goals for fun. He's like Braintree's very own goal machine. Every team has one, and he's theirs. Okay, so this will just probably just be a short one for tonight. But there is just one thing to preview, which does need a lot of talking about, and yeah, I'll make a prediction as well. So, tomorrow night, England versus Albania at Wembley Way. Thomas Tuchel's first outing as England manager. Now, how's this going to end? So, let's just take one last look at the England squad for this camp. So, let's see. I've got a rough idea what it was already. But let's take a look. Right, so, the goalkeepers. Jordan Pickford, Nick Pope, Aaron Ramsdale. Defenders, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Connor Cody, Eric Dyer, Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, John Stones, Kieran Trippier, what am I doing? I'm looking at a really old one here. Bloody hell. Oh my god, sorry. Sorry, people. Here we go. Here's the correct one. FIFA World Cup qualifiers for Albania and Latvia fixtures. So keepers, for the goalkeepers, we have got Dean Henderson, Jordan Pickford, Aaron Ramsdale, and James Trafford. For the defenders, Dan Burn, Levi Colwill, Mark Gahey, Reece James, Esri Konsa, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Tony Livramento, Jarrell Kwanzaa, and Kyle Walker. And then in midfield, Jude Bellingham, Eberechi Eze, Jordan Henderson, Curtis Jones, Cole Palmer, Declan Rice, Morgan Rogers. And for attackers, Jared Bowen, Phil Foden, Anthony Gordon, Harry Kane, Marcus Rashford, Dominic Solanke. Now, that is a squad selection we would have never seen under Gareth Southgate. Let's think. Who would have never had a chance in hell of getting picked? Let's think. So, who we got here? There are some questionable ones. Well, James Trafford for a start, a championship goalkeeper, who I think is one of the best in the country, getting what he deserves. A call up, of course. The chance of him playing is, extremely unlikely. But if he does, that would just be scenes. A championship player starting for England. Well, probably not starting, but yeah. Dan Burn, of course, people question this, and then he bloody goes and scores for Newcastle United, his boyhood club, the boy from Blythe, in the 2-1 win against Liverpool at Wembley to win Newcastle their first trophy in over 70 years. Great job, United. Great job, United. Up the tune. Come on, Geordie Josh is having a party. Well in, boys. But yeah, there's a lot of young players in there. Dominic Solanke is someone I'd love to see in there. And also Marcus Rashford as well. He's been extremely hated on. I'm really glad he's in a good place now, Aston Villa. But someone I love to see in there once again, Jared Bowen. Get in there. You love to see it. Big up, boy. But a questionable one, Jordan Henderson in there. It's just odd that some of these players just keep on getting calls up, but that really should have gone to Callum Hudson-Odoi. The way how he's been playing at Forest this season has been phenomenal, and Henderson hasn't touched the Premier League in years, so it's weird, but he's back in the squad now, so yeah, may as well go with it. But also one that my brother will be happy about, Reece James back in the England squad for the first time in a long time. So yeah, Reece James on his day without injuries, he's the best right back in England. Saying that here, saying that clear. So yeah, overall, very solid squad. And for tomorrow's match, let's just check. Might as well just check Albania's form. Let's see. So this lot, Albania, they are currently, they finished bottom of their Nations League group with Czechia, Ukraine, Georgia, and Albania. And yeah, where are they in the world? Let's see. Ranking, they are currently, well, their peak ranking was 22nd. No, I don't mind. But yeah, this really should be fixtures in which England don't drop any points in, but you just know that they will, because, well, England are England, and it's what we do best, really. But I'm just intrigued to see what direction Thomas Tuchel is going to take us in, because the Southgate era was disappointing in a lot of ways, but he paved the way for England and made us, relevant on the football scene again. So you need to give him full credit for that. And also his speech about men's mental health the other day was fantastic. So yeah, think about how it's going, but yeah, I'm gonna go with a 4-1 win for England. Yeah, I'm going to go with Rashford to score, Bowen to score, Kane to score, and I'm going to go with Bird to score as well. You'll love to see it. And yeah, this really should be a group that England are winning. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, and it's pretty much the only way to, keep your footballing fix alive during the international break. But one thing before we finish off, make sure to get down to a non-league game this Saturday for non-league day 2025. It's the best way to spend an international break if you're craving some football. I am working, but just go and if you live close to a non-league team, just go there and just you'll enjoy it. Non-league football is fantastic. So yeah, make sure to enjoy non-league day 2025. Okay, so I'm going to finish off there. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe to help grow the channel. And I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye.